to the new month, you guys have your goals laid out. If you don't, I highly encourage you to do that. Write down what you're looking to do in terms of new recruits, PV, and group volume if you have a team. If not, that's okay. If you want one, just look at then recruits. And when somebody enrolls with your team, they get I think it's $145 goes towards their PV right away. So write down your goals, know what you're trying to do in February. There's a ton of momentum going into February. Take advantage of it. The other thing that's happening on the team page, for those of you guys who showed up, I can see everybody on here. It's pretty much people who show up all the time. Usually we've got promos going on and we've got big prizes. This month, I'm literally taking it back to basics, and we are doing the simple things of this business, which is sharing the opportunity and selling the leggings. Like literally that's it. Back to basics. We're not going to mix in anything weird. We're not going to do like massive trainings. It is back to this is how we sell. This is how we share. Because without that, you're probably not going to have a significant business or hit your goals. That's just what it comes down to. So there's a lot of new people, which for those of you guys on here who have teams, they're asking you, what do I do to be successful? What's the secret sauce? How do I manage this? It's literally going back to 3 reach outs a day at minimum. There's a 10-5-3-2-1, I think, graphic that we have, which is amazing. Use that as a guideline. But if that's too complicated, go back to 3 reach outs a day. It doesn't matter if you're reaching out or hosting a party, following up on leggings, making sure they got their order, following up on a return, reaching out the business opportunity. It doesn't even matter. Reach out to 3 people. So that's kind of what this month is going to be. Back to basics. We're going to simplify this stuff. And with that comes simplifying how do we rank advance? How do I get there? So I'm going to share my screen. So one really quick place that you guys can log in to find what you need to do to rank advance is right here. So on your home screen, when you log into your back office, if you scroll down, you're going to see this representative qualifications. Okay, this is going to show you exactly what you need to know and exactly how to teach other people what they need to know. So here's the cool thing. When you log into this back office and surprisingly, I get a lot of questions of, did I rank advance? Am I close? So to me, that's a red flag of there's probably not enough discussion on how to do this and how to read it. So that's why I wanted to do this training tonight. These numbers up here are going to pretty much give you exactly what you need to know and double check with on this down here to know where you're at. So when you read this chart, let's say you're trying to hit senior representative, okay? So you look senior representative row right here. Personal volume has to be $300, okay? So we know that in Zaya, you have to sell $200 in order to qualify for commission. If you want to get paid as a senior rep, you need to qualify yourself as a senior rep in that month, which means, you got to qualify for commissions at $200, but if you want to get paid as a senior rep, you need to do this. So $300 PV. So when you go up to the top here, that's this number right here. So if I'm trying to hit senior rep, I'm like, all right, I'm $92 away from making that happen. That's this number. That is monthly. It starts over. Lifetime personal volume. When we look at these numbers, everything in here starts over each month except this lifetime personal volume is cumulative, which means it's growing on itself over time. So if I want to hit senior rep, I know that since the day I started, I have to sell $3,000 total in Zaya apparel. So I can find that number right here, and it says it, lifetime personal volume. So 3,000, yep, I did that. I hit that. I know that I'm good there. I'm way over $3,000. First level volume. People get a little bit tricked up on this one. Your first level volume is the combined sales of everybody who you've personally sponsored. It does not include yours. It doesn't include your second line, your third line. It's just the people that you've personally sponsored. So if you are trying to hit senior rep and you need $1,200 on your first level volume, that could be one person hitting $1,200. It could be 2 people hitting $600. That combined volume has to be $1,200. Where you can find that in a really quick snapshot is right here. This volume by level, level 1. Okay, so 2,400, great. I hit that. $1,200 first level volume. That's somewhere that you can always check that number. It's there. It's real time. It's up to date. One cool thing about our back office is that it's all real time information, meaning that every time a transaction happens, except on Wednesdays, which is just kind of a shit show overall right now, That might not update right away, but generally speaking, this is updated right away. And then total group volume. So if I want to hit senior representative, my total group volume has to be $2,000 by the end of the month. That's me plus everybody in my downline has to hit $2,000. This total group volume can be found right here, okay? So we hit that. That's pretty much a quick snapshot of knowing how. So if you've got people who are like, did I rank advance? I don't really understand how to hit junior rep. Literally just explain it that simply. If you're new, hopefully that helps. If you guys have questions, put it in the comments. I could be missing stuff that I'm overlooking because I'm very used to these numbers. And then qualified first level directors and qualified first level Zaya. So if you want to hit, let's say you're trying to hit Zaya executive, you need to have 4 directors qualify that month. So you never lose your title. So for example, I've hit double Zaya executive. Most months I maintain that, but there's been a couple months where I haven't hit this number right here. And if that happens, I still have a title of double Zaya executive, but I get paid as a Zaya executive, okay? Does that make sense? So you get paid at what you qualify for. There was a month, actually, when I went to Mini Summit last year, where I was trying to hit executive and I busted, like I was busting. We hit the 50,000. Everything was in line. I had 2 directors and I was so excited. And when we got to Summit, they called, like they were calling people on stage or whatever, and they did senior directors and they called my name and I was like, oh my gosh, like what happened? I totally blacked out. I always have over $1,000 PB, except that month I had like 580. So I didn't hit my personal volume right here. I assumed it was always 200. I didn't know it. And so I didn't rank advance. That was tough. That was a tough pill to swallow. So I want to be sure that that's clear with all these different numbers. So the other thing to notice is that you do get a bonus every time that you rank advance. For junior representative, the only stipulation, it doesn't matter if you hit a rank now or 10 years from now, you get paid the bonus except for junior rep. The bonus for junior rep is $50 and that has to be hit within the first 3 months. If not, no big deal. Let's say in your 6th month, you double rank advance and hit senior, you'll get the $75 bonus for senior, but you won't get paid on the $50 for junior rep. That has to happen in your first 3 months of business. So that's kind of how you look at rank advancing. So when people ask me, well, do I have to have a team to rank advance? Yes, in Zaya, you do. You have to have at least 1 person with you in order to rank advance because you need to have the first level volume of 600. And that's pretty much it. Total group volume you could hit on your own. Like, you don't need a team to do that. This right here is where you need people with you in order to rank advance because that first level volume is going to come from people that you mentor and bring up in the business. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you look at it. In terms of reading the back office, so when I'm in here, typically the one thing that I look at order history a lot, events, obviously, place an order, event registration if you're going to Summit. Usually what I'm looking at is my downline. So if I click downline, I'm going to go ahead and actually I'm going to do 2 things here. Just because I don't know who's all going to pop up and I don't want to show a bunch of people's information. Well, it's not going to matter because it's going to happen when I click anyways. So when I look at somebody's name, so for example, if I'm looking at my information right here, this is pretty cool because there's a ton of information back here. And I don't think people are always using it to their full advantage. So this right here is going to give you their email, okay? So it's just simply going to be their email information. I don't use that one a lot. Over here, this card is going to show you who the sponsor is, the ID for the rep. If anybody wants to like stalk me or kill me, here's my address. But it's going to give you everybody on your team. It's going to give you their address, phone number, email, rank, when they started. So if you're doing rank advancement gifts, if you want to text somebody on your team, all of that is in this information card right here. Here's the really cool thing about the back office. This beach ball is going to give you pretty much everything you've ever wanted to know in terms of Zaya information. Typically what I'm looking at is this personal volume history. So when I click on this, it's going to show me every single thing that's happened since I've started with Zaya. Okay, so it's going to show me my QV, which is my PV, my qualified personal volume. It's going to show me how many people I've enrolled. It's going to show me this L1D, just so you guys know, means level 1 directors, level 1 double Zaya executives, level 1 volume. This is an important number if you're trying to rank advance. I don't even know what NC means. Party count is how many parties have been closed. If you're trying to hit Jamaica or something, or you're trying to help someone hit Jamaica, this is going to show you how many parties were closed in a month. QPV is your volume, your qualified personal volume. So this is always going to match this column over here. Total downline volume is going to be this. So this is what you and everybody in your downline has sold. What's neat about it is that you can open it up, get more information. You can see if there was a promotion. But this is going to literally take you back to day 1 when you started. So I started in March of 2018. This column is going to show you everything that I sold that month and how many people that I had enrolled, which is pretty cool. You can also then kind of see how the growth goes along with it. You can run numbers if you want, but this is what all of that information means. If you wanted to see more information, you can click on this. Well, this month is not a good example. January. And it'll show you your all-time personal volume and then your commissionable volume or your PV, I'm sorry, and then what your downline does. Okay, so there's all this information in the back office. It's super helpful. It's super easy to read. You could run promotion history, so you can see when you rank advanced, what the date was, all of that's in the back office. You can see party statistics, which does nothing actually, so don't run that report. I'm not sure why they have it on there. Personal volume by level. This will show you for that month that you're running where the levels are. But again, this information, if you remember, is back here on your home screen. Right here, really nice, summarized, put together. If you wanted to see, for example, let's run. If you wanted to run somebody's downline, I will do, Shauna, I don't think you would probably care. Hold on a sec. You can run the report by all of this different stuff. So if you want to do it by last name, if you want to do it by entry date, if you want to do it by, if you're trying to give shout outs and you want to do it by QPV, which is the personal volume, you can do that. Let's do this. All my level 1s pop up. So if you're like, gosh, I really just want to focus on this one person in my downline and I want to see what their, oh, that didn't work. I want to see what their team is doing. There is a way to basically extract just that team. Okay, so if I want to see just what's going on in Shauna's world, I can do that red arrow. And now this is going to give me just a screenshot of Shauna and her team. Okay, so I can go through and see who her level 1 is, level 2. If I want to see deeper into her team, I can extract even more and pull that out. So it's pretty cool how you can kind of go through here and see like all this information. One thing to also look at is down here, QPV, CPV. I'm gonna go back to my home screen for a second. There's a lot of questions on that. Qualified personal volume is everything you've sold and everything that you have purchased with your rep discount. So the only time that these two numbers don't match is if you have used your rep discount on something. So this $208 is all sales. I'm getting, in terms of rank advancement, so there's 3 key numbers in Zaya, 200, 600, and 1,000. $200 in order to rank advance or to earn your commissions. $600 is to waive the website fee, and $1,000 is to earn that extra 8% commission. When you are concerned about those numbers at the end of the month, when you're like, did I hit it? Did I not? You are always 100% of the time looking at this qualified personal volume number, always. If you want to earn an extra 8% commission, look at that number. If you want to know if you're missing that website fee of $15 by selling 600, you look at this number right here. The commissionable is, let's say my qualified personal volume is $1,000 and my commissionable sells $800. That means that I placed a $200 order with my rep discount. Now here's the tricky thing. Because I have sold $1,000, my QPV is $1,000, I still am going to earn 28% commission right here. I'm still going to earn 28% commission on that $800. Okay, does that make sense, you guys? I know this is super confusing. Please ask questions. The 200, the 600, and the 1,000 when you're looking for yourself and your team is always based on this number all the time. Commissionable personal volume is the amount that you are getting paid on your personal sales. So if you use your rep discount a lot, this number is probably going to be a lot lower than this number right here, which is fine. The other thing to note that again is a little bit tricky. If you use your rep discount for a personal order, you are not going to make commission. If somebody on your first line uses their rep discount, you're still going to earn the regular commission that you would as their sponsor on their order. Does that make sense? So you're still earning, even if your team is using their rep discount, you're still going to earn the appropriate amount of commission that you would on the purchase that they're making. It's really confusing, I know, but once it clicks, it sticks. So just ask questions if you have them. But that in a nutshell, pretty much, you guys, is how to reach your back office, how to rank advance. Now, obviously, I'm talking in a technical term of how to rank advance by hitting these numbers. In terms of what does the work look like to rank advance, that's pretty much laid out in the team page. If you're plugging into trainings, if you are doing your reach outs every day, if you are listening to what your sponsor's encouraging you to do and following what they did, that's how you actually get there. But from a technicality, black and white perspective, this is what it looks like. That's how you read those numbers, and that's eventually how you're gonna hit those different ranks. Another thing that's noteworthy is they don't show the payouts on that. But if you go to your shopping site or in the back office, I know they've got this too. But it's going to show you what you actually get paid. So 20% sales commission. When you hit executive, if that's on your goal list, your personal sales commission goes to 25% plus the 8%. So you're earning 33% instead of 28% when you sell over $1,000. It makes a big difference. As you rank advance, all of these increase. And I'm telling you guys, when you start to hit certain ranks, those percentages make a really big difference, which is obviously why the business is set up the way it is, to encourage you to want to keep growing. And then this rank bonus is a one-time bonus put into wherever you have your direct deposit set up. And again, the only stipulation is this $50 for the junior rep. You've got to hit junior rep in the first 3 months, which is said right here. The rest of them, it doesn't matter when you hit them, you'll still get paid that bonus. So let me look at the questions. So if I have someone sign on as a rep for the discount, I'll still get a commission on what they buy for themselves. Yes, correct. If you're a junior rep, because in order to qualify for that commission, you have to be a junior rep. As a rep, like if you're just a rep and you're not rank advancing, I'll show you again. You won't make any commissions. So see, it's zero here. If you're a rep, you're not making percentages on any of your team. You actually have to get to junior rep. The reason that is because if you hit junior rep, Zaya knows that you're actually taking the time to mentor somebody and help them grow because they've hit certain levels. So let me know if that answers your question there. What is the PV we earn on a rep joining your team? So when somebody joins your team, I'm pretty sure you get $145 going towards that overall group volume. You don't make commission on it. You don't make commission on that $145. But when they use the $200 gift card, you'll earn the commission on that at, again, probably 5%, whatever rank you are. Yeah, so the 145, Brandy, goes towards your total group volume. And then the 200 gift card doesn't until they actually redeem it. And that's what you earn commission on, not the 145. Yes. The trackers are very helpful. And the more that you start to look at these numbers on a daily basis, guys, the more they're going to make sense. Like this, for example, is just a sheet. Like this is like what I'm taking like random notes on. Like this is what it ends up looking like. But the more that you visit these numbers and get familiar with them, the more you're going to be like, okay, I can pinpoint in my business where I maybe need to grow a little bit more in order to rank advance. Maybe that's PV. For a lot of people, they're waiting to rank advance until their group volume hits a certain point. My business was I sucked at PV and I could have hit director sooner than I did, but my personal volume was not where it needed to be. So I was out like 2 or 3 months. So what's going to happen is if you're actually tracking, you're going to kind of be able to say, I can tell I need a little bit of help here in my business. Who can I talk to that can funnel advice and information and mentorship there so I can make that what it needs to be? This was a super lame call. I feel like I just have like, math class. It's nothing sexy, but hopefully it's helpful information. I do feel like there's been a ton of questions on it, so I just want to make sure it's clear for everybody, because here's the deal, guys. It can be super sexy and we can build vision boards and we can talk about our whys. That's all really cool. But if we don't know the numbers behind what's actually paying us, we're probably not going to eventually feel fulfilled, right? Because we want to at least be somewhat compensated. We want to know that we're growing. So there is something to be said for some of this non-sexy stuff. But with that, it's 8:26. And if you guys have questions, let me know personally. I can share this recording. I'm happy to jump. If you are like, hey, I've got one person on my team, this would be really helpful, or I've got 100 people on my team, we could do this individually on a team call where we open it up and pull their numbers. But hopefully it's helpful. So corporate call in 3 minutes. Let me know if you guys need anything. Otherwise, hopefully I'll see your faces there. And I don't even know what's next week. I don't know if it's Katie or Shauna. Let's just see. Just so you get excited because it's not another numbers call. Next week is it's the 3rd. Oh, that's a good one. Shauna with creating engagement in your VIP group. That girl's got a bounce in VIP group. Okay, we'll talk to you guys soon.